And talking about bilateral ties, it seems Pakistan and the United States are drifting apart. US media reports suggest that Pakistan has asked the US to reduce the number of CIA agents in the country and to limit drone strikes along the Afghan border. The report quotes unnamed officials and comes at a time when US and Pakistani spy chiefs met at the CIA's US headquarters.
Either you are with us or you are with the terrorists.
Now there is a clear sign of difference and near collapse of cooperation between the two allies, Pakistan and the United States. The New York Times have reported on Tuesday that Pakistan has demanded that United States must steeply reduce the number of Central Intelligence Agency operatives and Special Operation Forces working in Pakistan. Not only that, Islamabad has also demanded immediate halt on CIA drone strikes aimed at militants in northwest Pakistan. In all, about 335 American personnel, which includes CIA officers, contractors and special operation forces, were being asked to leave the country. It was not clear how many CIA personnel that would leave behind. The total number in Pakistan has not been disclosed ever. But the cuts demanded by the Pakistanis amounted to 25 to 40% of United States special operation forces in the country. This comes from a Pakistani official closely involved in the decision. The paper also quoted that the Pakistani official has requested anonymity while discussing the delicate issue. Analysts see this as an immediate fallout from the arrest in Pakistan of Raymond A. Davis, a CIA contractor who killed two men in January. Last month, a Pakistani court freed Raymond Davis after acquitting him of 2 counts of murder when relatives of the 2 men he shot dead pardoned him in the court. Mr. Davis maintained the men had been trying to rob him. The case stoked anti-American feeling across Pakistan and led to angry demonstrations, particularly when it emerged that he worked for the CIA. Hardline religious parties were keen to see him punished. The demands laid down by Pakistan appeared severe enough to badly hamper American efforts, either through drone strikes or Pakistan military training to combat militants who use Pakistan as a base to fight American forces in Afghanistan and plot terrorist attacks abroad. US drone attacks have escalated in the region since President Barack Obama took office. More than 100 raids were reported in the area last year. The US does not routinely confirm it is conducting drone operations in Pakistan, but analysts say only American forces have the capacity to deploy such aircraft in the region. Drone attacks are hugely unpopular with Pakistani public. Many militants have been killed in the raids. But that's not all, as hundreds of civilians have also died. The unnamed Pakistani official also added the reductions were personally demanded by the Chief of the Pakistan Army, General Ashfaq Parvez Kayani. This comes as Lieutenant General Ahmed Shuja Pasha, the head of Pakistan's chief spy agency, the Inter-Services Intelligence Directorate, met with the CIA Director Leon E. Panetta and Admiral Mike Mullen, the chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff. The meetings were part of an effort to repair the already tentative and distrustful relations between the spy agencies. Those ties plunged to a new low as a result of the Davis episode, which has further exposed the divergence in Pakistani and American interest as the end game in Afghanistan draws closer. And after this New York Times report, many fear things will hardly improve between the two nations.
The United States has, however, in following days said that drone attacks cannot be completely suspended from the Pakistani soil. Interestingly, the New York Times report follows a candid interview that Pakistan's President Asif Ali Zardari gave to Britain's Guardian newspaper on Monday, saying that the Afghan war was destabilizing Pakistan. He also rejected a recent White House report which said Pakistan lacked its own plan to fight insurgents in the country, adding that most US politicians lacked an understanding of the situation. Let's just quickly take you through what he exactly said in his interview. Zardari drew comparison with the Mexican drug war on US borders and how it affects Texas and the larger American society. He said, like that war on Pakistan's border is affecting the nation. He added that America is in Afghanistan for more than 12 years now and everyone's patience is on the edge. Also, American public is now looking for answers. Zardari also said that security situation was undermining attempts to bolster democratic institutions weakened during the military rule of his predecessor, General Pervez Musharraf. Denouncing the White House report, Zardari said, and I quote, "The United States has been an ally of Pakistan for the last 60 years. We respect and appreciate their political system. So every time a new parliament comes in, new boys come in, new representatives come in, it takes them time to understand the international situation." And to get a perspective into this matter, let's now join senior journalist Babar Ayaz over the phone line from Pakistan. Mr. Ayaz, we have all seen the statements given by Hafiz Saeed in the context of cricket diplomacy. What is your take on the situation at this point in time?
Well, you see, don't expect anything else from Hafiz Saeed. Hafiz Saeed obviously doesn't want Pakistan to normalize a relationship with India. And he has been consistent on this because he believes that till the Kashmir issue is resolved, Pakistan should not move forward with India on any other level. But then he represents only a small militant group. He doesn't represent the people of Pakistan.
Mr. Ayaz, do you think that these statements by Hafiz Saeed will have any ramification on the recent talks that were held between India and Pakistan, also the talks that are likely scheduled in the days to come?
I don't think it should have any long-term ramifications. And if India acts wisely and Pakistan government also, then you see the issue is that we cannot let the peace process to be held hostage by these militant people. Of course, they don't want it. There are people who are extremists on both sides of the border. There are people who are, nourishing or being nurtured on the war economy. So those people will always be against normalization. We have to, the people who want peace between the two countries, and that is at the people-to-people level, they should push the government of their respective countries that we should not be influenced by these people because they are not in majority. You look at Pakistan, for instance, you see the Nawaz Sharif Party, People's Party, MQM, ANP, four major parties which have most of the seats in the assembly, and also the PMSQ. All these parties all have consensus that we should normalize relations with India. Now there rises a one militant and he says something like that, or there rises a some Hafiz Saeed, some Bal Thackeray, and we should not think that, you see, India should not overreact to it and Pakistan should not overreact to statements of like that, like Bal Thackeray said, Pakistan cannot play in Bombay. So Pakistan shouldn't pay attention to these jokers.
Mr. Ayaz, we have seen a lot of differences cropping up between the ISI and the CIA. Do you think that these differences will have any long-standing ramifications on US-Pakistan ties?
Well, I think, you see, the issue is that no intelligence agency of any country likes the intelligence agency of another country come and work within their territory, they mark their territory and obviously within their own country. So they don't want other people to come and work there, even though they may have a friendly relationship. With America, there is a relationship of suspicion rather than a friendly relationship. There is some commonality on certain issues on which they are working. There is some common, agenda. But if you look at it, by and large, Pakistan supports India for American policies because it thinks that this way it can get some support of the US regarding settling the issues with India. While American objective is completely different. They are only looking at Pakistan from the perspective of settling the Afghanistan issue.
Mr. Ayaz, many say that the rift between US and Pakistan can be attributed to the fact that Pakistani President Asif Ali Zardari has made the statement that the war in Afghanistan was somehow destabilizing Pakistan. Do you agree to that hypothesis?
Of course, you see, Pakistan is unfortunate that we have a common border with Afghanistan. And because of Afghanistan for the last, since 1979 till now, we have been destabilized. There is too much of weaponization of the society. There is too much of the drug trade going on in the country. So all these things have actually damaged Pakistan considerably. Now, the sooner Afghanistan stabilizes, it is in the interest of Pakistan. It will help in stabilizing Pakistan also. But, that's a distant dream. Whether Afghanistan will stabilize or not, I still have my doubts about it.